My favorite high school memory was probably just running for homecoming king, the beginning of my senior year, because all my friends were like super excited about it. We all goofed off. We all thought of random ideas to do. We just had a fun time. It was a fun week.
My favorite memory in high school would be soccer.
My favorite high school memory is all the school dances I went to my freshman, sophomore, and junior and senior year.
My favorite high school memory was my senior year last batch because I actually had a good time with friends.
My favorite high school memory is Coachella because in my opinion that was the best dance out there.
My favorite high school memory is the football games I attended and feminism club, because being in feminism club makes me realize that the world doesn't revolve around us, and football games just made fun Fridays to live for.
My favorite high school memory was meeting my group that I have now, which is in senior year, because they're the closest people I have right now, and they mean a lot to me.
My favorite high school memory would have to be all the extracurricular activities I did, the games and the dances.
My favorite high school memory would have to be softball season, sophomore year, when we made CIF and we were quarterfinalists.
My favorite high school memory was after school one time when we were walking out of 7th period after the bell had rang. My friend Karen and I were walking and she tripped and she fell into a bush and she pulled me in there with her, so we had to fall in front of everyone, and yeah.
My favorite high school memory is probably setting up for all the rallies, assemblies, and dances with the A's, B's throughout 4 years.
My favorite high school memory was always going to the track and field meets, because we all supported each other as a team and you felt that love, that energy in order to have a good time at the track and field meets.
My favorite high school memory was, I believe, sophomore year. Sophomore year I did Vista and I joined other sports. And the reason why that's my favorite memory was because when I did all those sports, I realized so much and I got close to so many people that I would have never imagined to talk to. And they turned out to be like really fun and really outgoing, and especially my coaches. Shout out to my coaches for making me strong and making me be the person who I am today. They made me learn a lot, not only physically but mentally as well. And
the summer where we had to train for Link Crew.
It would have to be my 18th birthday where me and all of my friends were having a good time, and laughing.
My favorite high school memory would have to be meeting my friends because they made my high school experience fun.
Favorite high school memory would be the rallies and the dances.
My favorite high school memory is when we would go to our parades for band, just hanging out with our friends after competing.
My favorite high school memory was back in freshman year when I met the greatest person that I ever could have met, Hugo Salgado. He has been my friend for like the past 4 years, and he made my life so much better.
My favorite high school memory is sophomore year, going to football nights with my best friends, and especially junior year too. I made incredible memories and also supporting my boyfriend in his football games.
My favorite high school memory is going to all the football games with all my friends and having fun.
My favorite high school memory has to be the Friday Night Lights, performing with the band and getting to see all the games with my best friend, Anaí, and just supporting the football team. Win or lose, we were always there, and those were the fun times that I always remember from high school.
My favorite high school memory is when me and my 3 best friends went to Disneyland our sophomore year. It was very special because it was our first time going together. It was so much fun.
My favorite high school memory was senior year at football season because I made cool memories with my friends, and then football season was really cool and it was really fun, and then winning homecoming king was really cool too.
My high school memory happens to be becoming part of the yearbook committee because It was something that very interested me in sophomore year, and just being able to create those memories as well for me and the whole school was something very cool, interesting, and something so memorable.
My favorite high school memory was running for homecoming because I was able to connect with many of my friends, and the activities we would do during lunch were fun.
My favorite memory was when I first joined the Vista Academy. I was very excited to start filming because I've always liked not only taking pictures but taking videos and making lasting memories, and how these photos and videos can be remembered and passed down from family to family and generation to generation.
My favorite high school memory is when I got elected for the Student of the Month.
My favorite high school memory was when I went to Disneyland with Giselle, Susie, and Lily our sophomore year.
My favorite high school memory was lunchtime with my friends, because we'd always just mess around, and it was nice to have that, that environment where it was nice and fun, kind of a relief of that stress that would come from classes and whatnot.
My favorite high school memory has to be being in band for 4 years, and it was just simply a good experience.
My favorite high school memory is soccer season because it was a really fun experience.
My favorite high school memory is when Daniel Sanchez broke a chair in Downey's class. It's my favorite memory because the whole class was just laughing at how he fell.
My favorite high school memory is, to be honest, just sitting at the lunch table or playing basketball or something, like hanging out during lunch.
My favorite high school memory was playing basketball for school. I like being on the court, it's fun. I like winning too.
My favorite high school memory was this one time in World History with Downey, where I brought in a bunch of Krabby Patty gummies, and it started off as me just handing off to a few close friends, ended up becoming a throwing match across everyone. Everyone had a gummy at the end. By the end of the class, the trash can was filled with nothing but the wrappers for that gummy.
My favorite high school memory was junior year when we had the last bash. It was one of the biggest dances.
My favorite high school memory would be when I joined wrestling. Why? Because I met a lot of new people, and then the wrestling team was more like, they weren't just a team, they were like a family to me.
Probably it was sophomore year through junior year, because I had a friend that played the accordion, and then I played the guitar, and then we would just bring them and just jam out, and people would be all amazed and be like, oh my God, you get all the attention.
My favorite high school memory is meeting my fiance in freshman year, and I would like to thank my mom and his family for supporting me throughout high school and helping me out with my son.
My favorite high school memory was freshman year. During summer school, I was able to meet more friends, and along the way, they became closer. And also, during freshman year, towards second semester, I met fewer, more friends, and especially one that became very, very close with me. And another memory for high school is the dances that I was finally able to go to during my senior year, and other field trips that I went throughout the years too.
My favorite high school memory was playing basketball my junior year. Even if we lost or we won, the bus ride home was always happy. We never had grudges against each other.
My favorite high school memory was the cooking competition that we did.
My favorite high school memory was when me and my two friend Jasmines would go to the Coachella dances for school.
My favorite high school memory was closing night of the play because it really meant a lot to me because I've been in it for 4 years.
My favorite high school memory would be volleyball season because I got to spend it with all my friends and it was just a good season.
My favorite high school memory would have to be high school overall with all my friends. I think all of it was just one big memory.
I don't really have a favorite memory, but mostly I cherish high school is football team, always being with them every day for the last 4 years. It was a pleasure being with them every day.
My favorite high school memory is going to Disneyland with Vista because I had a lot of fun.
My favorite high school memory is when we would have call times for ASB, like 5 o'clock in the morning. Me and my friends would go to McDonald's and eat, and everyone would just look at us like if we're crazy.
Teachers, I would like to thank obviously Mr. Mann, because I've always was interested in film and photography and all that, and thanks to him my interest just got expanded. Other teachers I think is Mr. Weller for giving me just being a good teacher, giving off a good vibe and helping others when he needs to. I also like to thank Ms. Morales, the chemistry teacher, for being a great club advisor and for just being a chill teacher as well, just helping out others. And Ms. Rivera, the English teacher, because despite what people might think of her, thanks to her, I realized I can get away with everything with just a nice smile and a cute personality.
I would like to thank Chef Max, Brotherton, and Tamiyasu.
The teachers I would like to thank are Chef Max, Ms. Brotherton, and Mr. Shillo.
I would like to thank Mr. Tai for making me laugh every morning. I would like to thank Mr. Weller for his talks. And I would like to thank Ms. Morales.
Okay, shout out to Ms. Rizzo. You know, I had her for like 2 years. Talked to her all 3. Great teacher, amazing support. Shout out to Ms. Morales. She's been there supporting me 3 years. Sophomore, junior, senior. Shout out to Mr. Lewis, Dr. Lewis, sorry. Because, you know, he's just great. Good morning, Dr. Lewis. You're gonna miss that every day. Because I'm gonna be here no more, so you're gonna find another student to say good morning to. Because I was always late, but now I'm leaving.
I'd like to thank my AVID teachers starting from freshman year, Ms. Zuniga, Ms. Pineda, Ms. Rivera, and Ms. Morales for always being there for me and helping me reach my success in being accepted into college.
The teachers I would like to thank are Ms. Morales, Ms. Rivera, and Ms. Zuniga, because they're my AVID teachers and they've helped me throughout my high school career.
I would like to thank all my AVID teachers from every single year, because if I ever needed like advice or help, whether it was like something that had to do with school or like outside of school, they would always help me, and they never like did not have time for me.
I would like to thank Ms. Pineda, Mr. Dalmeida, and Mr. Campbell for always showing they cared, and yeah.
I would like to thank Miss Rizzo and Miss Rivera for always being there for me and always giving me their support and their opinions towards what I should do and what I shouldn't do for things that would benefit me in the future and things that would benefit me as a person. So yeah, they had a huge impact on my high school education.
I'd first like to start off by thanking Ms. Morales, my AVID teacher, also my Spanish teacher my sophomore and junior year. Thank you for putting up with me for 3 years and for always helping me in anything that I needed. And Mr. Palma Sriracha for being a father figure and someone I know I can always count on even after high school.
The teachers that I would like to thank are Daniel Rizzo, Rivera, Morales, Dr. Lewis, and Mr. Wang, my math teacher, Miss Ludwig, and I probably have a couple more, but the teachers know who I want to thank.
I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Mann for being the best and taking us to field trips that I would have never been in. Vista was a really good academy that I am so proud to be in. We learned a lot. I know how to edit. I know how to do many stuff that I would have never imagined to do. And yeah. The teachers I would like to thank would be Mr. Ludin, Miss Vanabi, Mr. Mann, and Ms. Rivera. The reason why I would like to thank those teachers is because they not only are they great teachers, but also they're great listeners, and they gave me so many advice like for the future at high school, just some reference that I could use for the future, and I really do appreciate it.
I would like to thank Miss Stanley because she didn't make me feel weird for being a bookworm.
I would like to thank Mr. Dalmeida for helping me become a more creative person, and yeah.
I'd like to thank Chef Max because honestly he wants to be there for his students and he's a great person.
Well, thank you to all the teachers who helped me.
I would like to thank my TPA teachers for guiding me throughout these 3 years of high school, and especially Mr. Samaripa for being my mentor throughout these 4 years as well.
I would like to thank Mr. Sepulveda and Ms. Alchan because without them, I think I wouldn't be the person I am today.
I would love to thank Satterfield and Waller. They helped me so much with my career, like who I want to be and the motivation they've given me. And I just love them for all the things they've done for me.
I would like to thank Ms. Tamiyasu. She motivated me a lot. She helped me out through a lot of stuff, and I knew I could go talk to her whenever I needed someone to talk to.
I would like to thank Ms. Tsunabe, Ms. Brotherton, Ms. Tamiyasu, Ms. Roberts, Ms. Minnick, Mr. Heinrich, Ms. Campbell, Mr. Tran, especially Mr. Luden, and also Mr. M, because they really taught me how to be successful in life, and they've taught me much more than the subject that they teach.
I would like to thank Mr. Mann because he has been a great role model. He has taught me a lot of things through Vista, and especially has taught me how to step out of my comfort zone. I would also like to thank Ms. Rizzo because she has encouraged me to become a better leader and believe in what I think is right.
I would like to thank Mr. Torres because he told me not to give up, like when classes get hard or just when life gets tough, and that just helped me get through school. And then I would like to thank Mr. Lewis too because he always helped me out during tutoring, and he always motivated to be to make the better decisions and to be the better version of myself.
My favorite teacher was Ms. Rizzo because she was always very fun and her class was always exciting to go to.
I would like to thank Ms. Rizzo for being one of my favorite English teachers. She always inspired you to be creative and to do and write what you felt was from your heart. I would also like to thank Mr. Beer for being one of the teachers that always made me laugh, especially first thing in the morning, and he was always just one of the best teachers to be around.
I would like to say thank you to my counselor, Ms. Altrin, for helping me through my high school.
My favorite teacher was Ms. Sauer and Mr. Mann for showing support and also helping me out throughout the school year.
Shout out Ms. Rizzo, Mr. Dalmeda, Copeland, and Minnick, Mr. Rivera. There's a lot of teachers that they're amazing.
I would like to thank Ms. Tamayasu for pushing me my sophomore year, and I had to thank also all of my TPA teachers.
The teachers I would like to thank is Ms. Satterfield and Ms. Bazil.
I would like to thank Ms. Rizzo, Mr. Dalmeda, and Ms. Tamayasu for helping me through my high school career and just motivating me in their class every day.
Currently, I like the teachers who are in my schedule, so Mrs. Roberts, Ms. Brotherton, Mr. Beer, and Mr. Mann. Why? Because I haven't had the chance to meet other teachers, but they're very supportive and they acknowledge my efforts when I put them in the class.
I'd like to thank Mr. Mann and Mr. Tai, the boys.
One of my favorite teachers was Mr. Mann. He was really cool with everyone and understanding even though he was new.
I don't have a favorite teacher, but I would like to give a shout out to all the Vista teachers, and especially Mr. Beer, Sepulveda, and Ms. Morales.
Honestly, I feel like it was all the Vista crew. Why? Probably because even though they said, they doubted me sometimes, I guess that kind of gave me motivation to go further and actually want to get my goals.
My favorite high school teacher is Mr. Tai.
I would like to thank my family, my coaches, my teachers for supporting me through my 4 years of high school.
My favorite teacher is Chef Max, Ms. Puddle for helping me for all the colleges appointment that we did together, and Mr. Mann who helped me speak properly.
My favorite teachers were Ms. Sauer and Ms. Linwig. And I want to also thank Ms. Autran for always supporting me and helping me when I needed help.
My three favorite teachers were Beer, Ms. Rivera, and Ms. Morales, because they were all really nice and they always let me sit in their class and they always gave me the best advice.
My favorite teacher was Ms. Rizzo because she taught me all the English material that I needed to know.
My favorite teacher was Ms. Felix because throughout this whole semester she really helped me out in just getting my grades together, and like she never gave up on me.
My favorite teacher would be Mr. Romero, since he was the head football coach for the last 3 years since I was here. And he taught me so much how to be a man and other life lessons as well.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Zuniga because I had him my sophomore and junior year and he was always so motivated with me. And I feel like I had a different bond with him that I didn't have with many teachers.
My favorite high school teacher has to be Ms. Tomoyasu because out of all the teachers that I've had, she's been the one who actually cares for her students, and if you don't understand anything, she makes sure that you don't leave her classroom without knowing what you learned.
I would like to thank my mom, my dad, obviously, my cousins for always joking around with me, but also believing me in what I could do. And in friends, I want to thank, there's a few of them, but for one, Mariana Gonzalez for just being patient and kind, David Luna for giving me someone to bounce off with and be having a good time, Andrew Gonzalez, Karina Rios, and I don't think there's enough time to mention everyone who has helped me become the person I am, but if I didn't mention you, thank you.
I would like to thank my parents for all the support that they've gave us. I mean me. And my best friend, Jasmine Zamora.
Le quisiera decir gracias a mi mamá por apoyarme estos 4 años, y a mi hermano y a mi hermana y a mi padrastro y a mi mejor amiga Diana.
I would like to thank my mom for being so supportive with anything that I do. I would like to thank my Uncle Gilbert for being that father figure in my life. I would like to thank my sisters and little brother just for being them, and also my group of friends that I've had this year because I've learned a lot and I had a great time.
Okay, I would like to thank my mom, my brother for always being there, supporting me through all my dreams and everything that I wanted. Friends, shout out to Ariana, Tam, Jalissa. Shout out to Joy for always keeping it real, you know, been there since like 7th grade. Love you, girl. Oh, and shout out to my friend Alam. I just met you like a week ago, but shout out to you.
I'd like to thank both my parents, my brothers, my aunts and uncles for always giving me the support that I needed in life.
I would like to thank my mom because she's been through what I've been through, and she's went to college too, and she's helping me understand and get through and go to college. And my friends have helped me too because they teach me what not to do and what's right.
I would like to thank my parents for supporting me throughout all my high school years, my sisters for being my emotional support, and then my sister Stephanie for helping me with anything and never saying no to me. My sister J-Rod for taking me every single day. I know she hated it. And my brothers for always making sure I had like everything I needed and I was good. I'd also like to thank my friend Michelle because I've known her forever. She's never switched up, always kept it real.
I would like to thank my parents for always pushing me to do my best in high school, and friends for making high school memorable.
I would like to thank my wall group, you don't understand, at graduation. And I would also like to thank my aunts and my uncles for motivating me and always pushing me to strive towards a future that they couldn't have. And back to the wall, we may all not still talk, but you know, I still have friendships with all of them, and yeah, I really love them all, and they had a huge impact on me as a person.
I'd like to start off by thanking my grandparents. Gracias, abuelos, por siempre estando por mi lado, siempre apoyándome y enseñándome qué necesito que hacer en la vida para ser exitosa y feliz. Thank you, Mom, for always being there for me. And even though we had our tough times, you always figured it out for our family to keep going. And I just want to thank all my friends who I'm leaving behind and friends I'm continuing with. Thank you for always being there and picking me up whenever I was down, even when I went through hard times.
My mom, for being the inspiration, for giving me drive in order to do more than I can do, to keep going, to never stop. That's the inspiration my mom gives me.
I would like to thank my mom. She's always pushed me to my limits. She's never doubted me, and she's always been there for me and always inspired me to do better. And as a hard worker herself, she inspires me to be a hard worker that she is today.
I would like to thank my sisters, my grandparents, and my aunt and uncle for just being there.
I would like to thank my grandparents, my parents, and my Uncle Carlisle for being my therapist for the past 4 years.
I'd like to thank my parents and my siblings and anyone who's been there for me.
I would like to thank my mother and my grandparents. Gracias por todo su apoyo. Los quiero mucho.
I would like to thank my family for all their support and guidance and always motivating me to do more than I am. Me gustaría agradecerle a mis padres por todo su apoyo, a mis hermanas y hermanos por estar a mi lado en los momentos difíciles.
I like to thank my mom and dad and my daughter Alice Salgado because with all three of them, they just made me want to push myself harder to finish high school.
Quiero agradecer a mi mamá, también a mi papá y todos los sacrificios que me han hecho y los quiero mucho y el apoyo que me han dado. Like, I love you, Mom.
I'd like to thank my mom for motivating me a lot, and it was a struggle to wake me up every day, but I got there and I'm better. And I'd also like to thank my dad. Gracias, papá, por hacerme el hombre que soy hoy y por motivarme mucho.
Le quiero dar las gracias a mi papá y mi mamá y también a mi hermano. Ellos me han apoyado en todo lo que he decidido, en hacer banda, deportes, en trabajar, y ellos me han enseñado mucho cómo ser responsable y les quiero dar gracias por eso, porque eso es algo que voy a tener conmigo por siempre.
Le quiero agradecer a mis padres porque nunca perdieron la esperanza en mí, a través de todas las cosas en cuales pasamos, por creerme, por creer en mí y por también que me amaron.
I would like to thank my whole family, but the main person I'd like to thank is my dad because he works a lot, and like that just motivates me to be like the best version of myself at school, and like that just motivates me to like get the good grades I got and like to be on top of everything.
Le quiero dar gracias a mi mamá y mi papá por siempre apoyándome y siempre estar ahí en cada reconocimiento que recibo y siendo esos padres tan increíbles que son bien importantes en mi vida y los amo y los quiero tanto. También le quiero dar gracias a mis hermanos, a mis hermanas por siempre ayudándome y siendo esos hermanos también apoyándome en todo lo que hago. Y también le quiero dar gracias a Dios primeramente porque sin Dios nada es posible y Dios es tan increíble y por Dios esto fue posible porque también me estoy graduando con honores y estoy tan orgullosa por eso. Y también le quiero decir hi a Aiden. I love you, Aiden. I love you.
I would like to thank my mom because she has always been very supportive and has been through it all with me.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad for always pushing me to do my best and to always strive for good grades and to pass not only high school but to go on to college and be whatever I wanted to be.
And I would like to say thank you to my tia, my cousins, and my mom and dad for guiding me and supporting me in my high school.
It would be my mom because she helped me throughout a lot through my school year and so much.
I would like to thank my parents, being supportive, coaches, Coach Abruzzo, Coach Nico, Coach Sepulveda. They've been a huge support system as well. And my girlfriend, Kimberly, she helped out a lot too. So.
I would like to thank my parents, my sister, obviously, because they pushed me my 4 years here, telling me that I could do anything I wanted to do.
In my family, I would like to thank my mom, my dad, my older brother, and my little brother for always helping me and making me believe that I can do anything that I want.
I would like to thank my mom, Ma. Gracias por soportarme los 4 años de la escuela y por siempre diciéndome que no haga mis tonterías.
I'd like to thank I'd say my brother Devin and our group of friends, because they've always pushed me to be a better person.
I'd thank my mom. She's been there for me a lot, honestly. I was the only person I really care about a lot.
I mean, I can't really say favorite because each of them has left an impact on me. Like, I like to appreciate Mr. Man, Beer, but also I like to appreciate Tomoyasu and many others that like helped me like across my 4-year journey across high school. I would like to thank my dad because throughout my entire life he's always been there, and I couldn't see where I would be without him.
I would like to thank my parents for their support and their help through everything.
I would like to thank my parents, Luis Martin and Raquel Ciordia. Why? Because you guys were always there for me when I needed you guys most. Thank you for everything you guys done for me. I would like to thank Rosita Martin. Without you, I don't think I'd be the person that I am today. You've inspired me in so many ways, and thank you, I love you. My brothers, Anthony and Emiliano, I love you. And Daniel, who was always there for me too, my best friend. And Zena and Leslie, I love you guys. Thank you.
I want to thank my mom, my dad, because, I put them through a lot, and then, they were still there after everything. Big shout out to Tony, Monstro, because he'd always give me big talks, because he's my boss, and then he'd be like, I'm gonna fire you if you don't graduate, and then I was like, I guess, he always talked to me about that, Alexis, she was always down on me too, but, proved it wrong.
I would like to thank my parents, first of all, for always helping me out, making sure I did good in my classes and trying not to fail my classes. And also because they kept encouraging me, even though sometimes I would lack on my homeworks at the beginning of my 2 years of high school. They didn't give up on me. Also, I would like to thank all my friends that cheered me on and helped me create wonderful memories with them. And I would also like to thank my best friend, which you already know who you are. Thank you because you helped me a lot more than what you could think of that you could have helped. And thank you. And also I would like to thank all my other family members that I don't have a lot, but they still cheer me on throughout my years.
My favorite teacher was Chef Max because he was more than a teacher to me, he was my coach. And I feel like he pushed me to be the best man that I could be.
I would like to thank my aunt and uncle for supporting me the whole time.
I would like to thank my mom and Levi and Lauren for being in my family, for being in my life. And I want to thank mi mamá por siempre estando en mi vida y por ayudándome y por siendo quien soy hoy.
I want to thank my little group of friends. You guys are the best and I will miss you a lot. I love you all and I'm so proud of you. And my family, I want to thank my parents. Los quiero mucho y gracias por todo que han hecho por mí.
Okay. I would like to thank my mom and my sister for always being there for me through my whole high school experience. And I would like to thank my friends Cindy and Belen for always pushing me through my senioritis, even though I still have it.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad and my brother and my sister-in-law for always supporting me and always being there for me. And I would love to thank both my friends, Aurelia and Belen, because throughout all my 4 years of high school, they never gave up on me and they always told me to try my hardest. And because of them, I'm graduating.
I have to thank my mom because she's always supportive, always motivated me 110% all the way. And the football team, all my teammates, the wrestling team too were always there for me as well. They always supported me and motivated me through the struggle and always there for me.
My family, I'd like to thank my parents, my mom because she's always been such a big supporter of mine and she's always told me what was right from wrong, and my dad because without him I wouldn't have accomplished many of my goals I've had for myself, and I just don't see myself without them.
I would like to thank my mom because my mom had me really young, and me being her oldest daughter, graduating high school, being an example for my brother and my little sister and all my cousins and nephews. Me showing them that anything is possible no matter the situation. And she's my inspiration because she's been through a lot and she's really successful now.